how exactly is a slider different from a curveball? And are there different ways to throw a fastball? Well, Dick Raditz certainly knows a thing or two about that, especially fastballs. And in today's installment of 4Kids by Kids, we present a monster tutorial in the art of pitching.
Have you ever wondered about the different kinds of pitches that are thrown in a Major League Baseball game?
Well, we've asked former Major League pitcher Dick Raditz to show us what each pitch does and how it's thrown.
Dick, let's start with an easy one, the fastball.
The fastball, or the heater, has basically two grips. The four-seam grip, where your fingers go across the seams, and the two-seam grip, where your fingers are going parallel with the seams. In both pitches, your fingers should be behind the baseball. The four-seam grip is actually better for control purposes.
What about a split-finger fastball?
Split-finger fastball is simply exactly what it is. It's a slower fastball than the other one because of the fact that you have your fingers spread apart a little bit, usually thrown with the seams to make the ball sink. But it's put back in the hand, which has a tendency to slow the ball down upon release.
Next is the curveball.
There's many different ways to hold a curveball by many different pitchers, but basically the pressure is put on by this finger by all the pitchers, so when the ball is released, unlike a fastball which is released like this, a curveball is released like this, and it comes out of this area with pressure being put on by this finger to make the ball go downward when it gets in the area of home plate.
What exactly is a slider?
The slider is thrown basically like a football. A football is thrown like this. In the case of the slider, we'll take two fingers away and put pressure on with this finger, as opposed to the curveball, which was this finger. And we'll throw it like a football, and the ball will come out of here, as opposed to the curveball, which we threw like this, and it came out of here. A slider is a pitch that should appear like a fastball, and at the last second break away from the right-handed hitter.
Okay, what about Tim Wakefield's knuckleball?
The knuckleball, as opposed to popular belief, is not held with the knuckles. It's held with the fingertips or the fingernails. And when it's released, it's more of a push as opposed to a throw with the fastball and the curveball and the slider. The knuckleball has a little or no spin to it, and it's very, very hard to control because of the fact that the wind and the velocity of the air have a tendency to play tricks with this ball, and it's hard to get over the plate.
Dick, when should we start throwing these pitches?
I've often said that the fastball is still the best pitch in baseball, and when it's not good enough to get the hitters out, that's the time to start throwing breaking balls. But because of the fact that your joints and muscles are not developed at the age of 12, 13, or 14, stay with the fastball, learn to get it over the plate with consistency, and when you've learned to do that, then maybe by the time you're in your middle teens, it's time to learn how to throw a breaking ball. But that has to be monitored by a good coach. The longer you can wait, the better it is.
There you have it. Now you'll know what the announcers are talking about during a Red Sox game, and then you'll be able to say things like,
why would he throw a curveball in that situation? He should have come with the fastball.
yeah, bring on the heater.
May not be old enough to throw the curve, but you're always old enough to be a critic. Our thanks to Dick Raditz and to our kids, Andrew Gibbons and Aaron Collins from Auburn, for helping out. The game is coming up from Fenway.